It's time.
For it. Wait for it. Now.
There it is. We're back.
Okay.
He's not, but
No.
we are.
That's good.
All right.
Well, 8 minutes later.
Technical difficulties.
No, that's better than some.
Yeah.
Worse than most.
But anyways, yes. So Hawaii was great.
Yes.
It's a fantastic time. I think we should do a trip out there.
You saw the dinosaurs?
We went. Yeah, saw the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Better
For you or for the kids?
There was parts that were better for us, like the nostalgia of Jurassic Park for us,
Right.
and then for them on the new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys have seen Jurassic World, like the new ones, the newer ones.
I've heard the
I've seen
newest
some of the
one.
But they have a
newer ones.
lot.
I haven't seen the newest one.
The newest one is not even like, it doesn't feel like it's even part of the Jurassic thing. It's a lot more action. Really cool dinosaurs. A lot of nostalgia. We were actually in the only movie theater on Kauai and the oldest from 1932 to watch Jurassic World, the new one.
That's cool.
It was cool.
Did it debut while you were out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. On Friday we
Or
saw it
open
on,
or whatever.
on the
they
11th.
call it.
But yeah, going to where they film all the Jurassic Parks, Jurassic Worlds, Hawaii Five-O's, like a lot of movies on this ranch was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
So did you do like just a whole
It was nope. It was like a whole,
excursion or
yeah. It was a tour. It was a 2.5 hour, 2.5 hour tour. We just did a day trip. Flew to Oahu. Did that. We thought about doing a 2-day and going to Pearl Harbor, but I don't think the boys are old enough to grasp what Pearl Harbor is. They would have fun as hell running around the ships, which again we all do too, but they weren't ready for that. So did that. Hung out at the beach a lot. Ate a lot of great food. Got dark. Boys loved the ocean to the point where they are now comfortable enough to do things that scare the hell out of us.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh, he's all the way in the. Oh, get back here!
Get back here! Not to mention,
Where'd your brother go?
I don't love swimming in the ocean. The wife does, so you've got that. So that was pretty good. But that while I was out there, and that's I test you guys. We've got to do a fall trip for golfing, and build this thing into where we do a Hawaii trip because went past the plantation course and I was just salivating. So we got to do that. Otherwise, I'm back. It's great. It's hotter here. Don't like that.
Well, yeah, because it's gross Iowa right now.
Disgusting. It
Today's even
seems
worse.
a little early though.
Oh yeah,
June?
We did have 2 nice days
Did
while
you?
you were traveling.
Oh, nice. Fantastic. Glad I was traveling.
Yeah, but besides that, yeah, no.
Oh, speaking of traveling, that was a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, are you going to call them out on air? Or what? I mean, what
Oh, absolutely. Calling out American Airlines
Right.
and United both. It ended up being both.
You and everyone else.
Yeah. They're going to get a nasty gram from us. But so flight out was at 10:30 p.m. in Hawaii, right? So this
This is coming back.
coming back.
Yep.
We had no problems going there. We usually haven't. This has been our only problem. So 5-hour time difference. So it's 3 in the morning here or whatever, 2:30. As soon as we got on the plane and got in the air, apparently they canceled our trip from Phoenix, which is where we were going, to Des Moines.
Yeah. After you were already in the
After
air.
we were in there. Because if not, and they
never-
canceled, I'm staying in Hawaii.
1,000%.
Yes, until they fix
How
it.
convenient.
Right.
That they canceled
As soon as we're in the air.
as soon as you're flying.
For maintenance crew issue. Right? So we're in the air. We land, and I go, well, it's canceled. First, there was a text that said it boards delayed. Then it said canceled. So now we're in Phoenix.
But you don't find this out until you land in Phoenix.
And you get all the notifications.
Right.
So then we get a notification. They rebooked us. They rebooked us for Monday.
What day did you land?
We left on a Friday night. We just landed Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
They rebooked us to get home in Des Moines at 7 p.m. on Monday. That wasn't going to work. So I, get off the plane, go to the counter at American. There's a family of 5 from Ames. So that was cool. Hanging out. We were talking. There was a guy who lives in Des Moines who was coming from Vegas. He went to Vegas for the week for a work trip, had to be at a wedding on Saturday. Mm-hmm. This is now Saturday morning, by the way. Mm-hmm. That Vegas trip ended up being delayed out of Vegas to Phoenix by 20 or 30 minutes. He missed his connection, so he had to stay in Phoenix. Then they put him on the plane to Des Moines with us. That got canceled. And he was then put on a standby to go to Kansas City to drive back to Des Moines that day. but didn't get the standby and ended up flying to like Denver and some other thing and got home on Sunday. And he was supposed to be home Friday.
And didn't make the wedding.
No, missed I think one of his best friend's weddings. Yeah. So that's happening next to me before I even get talking to the guy. Talk to the guy. He's trying to route us. It's tough because there's 4 of us. Finally ends up routing us on a United flight now. Okay. Transition to United from Phoenix to Denver that day. Stay the night in Denver. Fly out of Denver in the morning to Kansas City. We have to get a rental car, which they don't pay for. $300 just to get from Kansas City to Des Moines, right? And I'm like, okay, fine, let's do that. Well, while I'm sitting there in Centurion Lounge, by the way, if you do not have a Platinum Amex card, get one because this was awesome. For 6.5 hours, we just sat, ate, and drank, and wife slept. So I'm on my phone, still trying to figure out routes. There's got to be routes.
Right.
By the time I looked up Southwest to get us home to, I think it was Cedar Rapids at that point, we could have gotten, we were too late. Basically, it was boarding by the time I found it.
Right.
After I got that, I realized that United has a flight out of Tucson to get us to Denver in time to get us to Des Moines.
On same day.
Same day. Could have got home at 6 p.m. instead of what we would have got home at 2 p.m. So a 4-hour difference.
Right.
Not too
a
bad.
Huge deal.
Problem, by the time I found that, it was a 2-hour drive to Tucson. That's when it started boarding.
Right, but isn't that their job?
Right? What the?
I mean, this
Right?
the whole time I'm just thinking like,
Their
you're
job.
doing all of this. I'm like, wait, like they're the ones that screwed it up.
So I'm running down there going, is there a way to get this done? Because by the time we get to Denver, it would have been 6:22. All the flights to Des Moines or anywhere else, mainly Des Moines, there was 2 flights. They left at 5:20 and 5:40. We got in at 6:22. So we missed it. And I'm like, just get us to Denver early, whether that, I don't care if I flew Southwest, United, didn't matter. They just said they didn't have it. But I'm like, I looked at United. Now, by the time I found it, which is 3 hours after I just talked to you, now we can't make it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just livid at this point.
So it cost you a day?
It's not over yet. Right. So now we're on United. Now we get to the gate, about to board, and someone said that they're flying to Cedar Rapids. And I went, I didn't even think about Cedar Rapids from Denver. Apparently, there's flights all the time, Denver to Cedar Rapids. It's a normal direct. Yeah. Didn't know that. I look it up, and instead of us going to Kansas City, same time, we can go to Cedar Rapids. Cheaper car, way shorter drive, half the drive time. So I call the guy right before we're boarding to go to Denver. He says, okay, you're good. I got you on Cedar Rapids. Last 4 tickets. Sweet. I'm excited. We figured something out. Get us home a little earlier. Let's go through. Get to Denver. They put us in a hotel. It wasn't a good hotel by any means.
Not the one connected to the airport?
It was an American. It was American Inn. No. It's 15 minutes down the road.
Yep. I mean, where all of their hotels are there.
Yeah.
Off of Airport Lane.
Right. Not the one attached to the airport.
When you're out in the middle of nowhere in Denver at the airport.
Would have been nice to be at the airport. So next morning we get in, or I wake up. And
so they paid for that, though?
They paid for that.
Okay.
That's good. Which is funny. So they booked us 2 rooms. Oh. And I was like, those 2 rooms cost $400, which is 1 room at the nice one attached to the airport. Right. Just give us that one. It's the same cost.
And we'll take 1 room.
We'll take 1 room, not 2.
Or better yet, we'll take 1 room at the American Inn and pay for my damn rental car.
Correct. Something.
Yeah.
The math
I don't need
works
2
out.
rooms at American Inn, no matter what.
The math works out, right? So I wake up and realize I don't have our tickets. I don't see our tickets to Cedar Rapids. I don't see our tickets to Kansas City. Okay, let's go talk to United. Hey, United, I don't see anything. Knock, knock, knock. This guy, poor guy, just didn't have the experience. So I'm lighting his world up. And because he can't find it, and he goes, oh, that's weird. Something's missing. It legitimately has all our flights. It looks like something got deleted. Then it has us on a flight from Dallas to Des Moines on Monday night.
Yeah.
How'd we get to Dallas? We're in Denver.
You're not there yet.
No.
No, just you wait.
And he's like, that's weird. And I'm like,
no, that's wrong. That's not weird. That's wrong.
Not wrong. Yeah, let's just, can we just get us to Cedar Rapids, please? So he finally says, I don't know what to do. I'm going to call the help desk. I'm like, is it like the same help desk I just called? Because it said like a 2-3 hour wait. He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, hopefully you get through. Hope there's some magic. So in the meantime, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go over to American, or I'm going to call American while you're calling United, see if we can't make this thing work. American on the phone was a 5 to 7 hour wait. We take off in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, okay, no, let's go to American's desk.
Wait, you don't have tickets right now, though.
Currently on my phone, I can't see tickets.
They can't see
They
tickets.
can't see tickets.
So you're not going anywhere.
We're not going anywhere. So now I'm like,
What time is this? Saturday morning?
this is Saturday
Or
morning.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning at like 7:30. Our flight's at 9:30.
Okay. Allegedly.
Allegedly. So then I'm like, American, we booked with you originally. You changed us to United. You have to be able to adjust something. So I went through it with her. She's like, hold on, let me call the help desk. And I went, the one that just told me 5 to 7 hours. She's like, well, they say that, but usually it's faster. I said, good luck. So we sit there for 30 minutes, and she finally gets through the help desk. Help desk goes, yep, I see your Denver to Kansas City. I'm like, good. Well, that's a good start. How about the Denver to Cedar Rapids? And they're like, oh, we can't do that because it's not in our control anymore. It's in United's control. I'm like, that makes sense. We just flew to United from Phoenix to here. I get it. Okay, cool. Thanks. Peace out. Get to United. And when I get there, and Michelle's been dealing with it because it's been like an hour at this point, he gets to his help desk. And he says, my help desk says it's in their control, not ours. And I went, ha! I just came from there, and they said it's in your control. Whose control is it? He says, our help desk says it's in their control because it was originally booked with American. I said, but it's funny because I called United yesterday because we're on United to get us to Cedar Rapids, and they confirmed that. He's like, I don't see that in our system. I said, well, check your recorded call log because everything's recorded, and you will hear the guy say, I got you tickets to Cedar Rapids, confirmed before we flew to Denver. And he's like, I don't see it. And I'm like, well, someone's got to figure some shit out. At this point, I am now getting frustrated. Both systems aren't talking to each other, but yet they talk to each other because they have an agreement to go back and forth with flights, but can't seem how to get us on this Cedar Rapids. I'm like, I don't care if you can see it or not. It's on your ticket now. Just change our flight to Cedar Rapids. I can't do that. And I said, you better drop an F-bomb. You better figure it out. He goes and gets his manager. She's like, hey, how's your morning? Is it having a nice day? I said, no. It's not how am I having a nice day? Don't come over here all peppy. Let's figure this out. She goes, okay, well, it's weird. I see this missing, but I do see your Kansas City flight now. Okay, that just magically
Appeared.
poofed.
Ta-da!
Well,
that
I wonder
come
if American put it in the system as
Someone-
you guys were talking,
yeah,
and but their systems don't communicate.
Correct, they don't communicate. But American can book on United systems,
Right.
but they don't communicate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, good. I'm glad we're at least getting out of here, but change us to Cedar Rapids. And she said, so she goes, okay, I will. There's only now 3 seats on that flight. There was 6 when I booked it on Denver. And I just was like, I've already changed his rental cars back to Cedar Rapids. Now I changed it back to Kansas City. And I'm like, whatever. I'll deal with your dumbasses later. I just got to get my family somewhere out of here, get us to Kansas City. So we end up getting Kansas City. And I'm like, there's no way our luggage is here. Because we gate checked our luggage in Hawaii because they ran out of room. That's what they do. So now I have 5 bags. Knowing that we've went from Hawaii to Phoenix to Denver, apparently Kansas City or Cedar Rapids at some point. So we get to Kansas City off the United flight where United a little spinneroonie at baggage claim. There's no bags. So naturally I go, well, I only have an American Airlines ticket for my baggage claim. I'll go to American, right? So I go to American. Give him my thing. He says, they're in Phoenix. Our system says they're in Phoenix. And I'm like, that makes sense. I understand. I know why Harold could get screwed up. And he's like, I'll work on getting them sent over. What's your name? Got my information. I said, Stoy Hall. And he goes, I know that name. Your bags arrived yesterday, and I took them over to United. Go sauntering over to United. They're all 5 of our bags sitting there at United. Got them in the day before we got there.
Well, at least your bags got there.
And I was like, well, they got there on time. And she's like, and I was like, so if he didn't remember my name, we would have not figured this out unless I just said, screw it, I'll check United. She's like, yeah, because our systems don't talk.
That's like a punchline of a comedian's joke where it's like, yeah, because their systems don't talk. Like that's where it all circles back to.
I'm like, what the hell? Right? So that's the flight situation. So they're getting a nasty gram. $300 for Hertz car to get to Des Moines. I don't know if you guys have gotten cars. You just hop in one that's there in the line that they tell you
They
to
give
do
you
it.
the key.
Right? Yeah. Well, if you're Hertz Gold, apparently your name's on a board. You just go to the President's Circle and grab one. So I did. I didn't grab the first one. We grabbed like 2 or 3 over. Mm-hmm. Don't know why we did it. We just did. Got into it, got to the gate to leave, and he goes, the car's not in our inventory. I'm like, the car's cleaned. I have the keys. We're in it. We have all of our bags packed. The boys are now on their Kindle. Like, it's game time. I'm trying to go home. He goes, yeah, we don't have that. We don't have that one in. And so he's like, you can take that one over there. So we have to undo everything, which I ended up leaving my snacks in the first one because I put it in the console because I have a 3-hour drive.
Right.
And then we finally get going to home. And we got home at 6 p.m. Supposed to be home
Sunday.
We got home 6 p.m. Sunday. We were supposed to be home Saturday at 2.
And, you know,
and here we are.
28 hours later.
Here we are. Worked. And I went to go work out 12 hours later and back to work, and we're here.
So that's Stoy's review of his travels back.
So while you guys are having nice days, I was...
I think it's just fitting that Stoy comes back to the Travelers Championship. Like it's talking about travel, and then he's just, like it's just a little bit of irony there where he just has struggles.
Yeah, so they're getting a nasty gram.
Woof.
Nothing will come of it.
Back to your regular scheduled program.
Ooh.
We will.
I'm kind of sweating based on like getting a little upset as I listen to the customer service attempts, which it does sound like, unfortunately, for
the
those
people
employees that they were trying.
Yeah.
But like they're not given a chance to succeed.
No.
Zero.
And that's what's terrible about it. They're not given a chance to succeed. And it's not their fault that you get frustrated, but at the same time, there's only so much you can take before you just boil over and you're like, all right, listen here.
Especially
so
when
definitely understand why they don't want to come to work every day.
Oh, absolutely. I think the thing that frustrated me the most with like the staff was the original guy, because he could have got us. I found the routes.
Right.
He could have done that.
Had he just put another 5-10 minutes in,
correct.
maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I know there's a long line and whatever, but like that's the guy I got most frustrated with.
Makes sense.
And that's fair.
And then I just got frustrated the fact that you do communicate, but you don't communicate. You communicate enough,
Right.
but not enough. Because if that was the case, I would have just booked it. I would have paid for it outside of this booking. I would have just paid for it and went home and
then
took that
figure this
credit,
out
because we
later.
would have got the credit for it for
It's not like
canceling,
you wouldn't have used it.
and then used it later.
Right.
Yeah, figure it out.
Well, that's the problem, though, is
But
you got to be loud. Like, you were trying to be cordial up to the point where you couldn't possibly be cordial anymore.
Correct.
And at the end of the day, if with the very first guy, you had just been an asshole.
Probably would have got it.
And, like, well, that's why customer service is what it is these days.
No.
That's why the Karens of the world are heard.
Yeah, because they do it right away.
Right. They don't. It's like, that's such a terrible precedent that we have set for, I mean, across our country, I feel like.
Oh, in everything that happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Because then if I would have yelled at that dude, then the other 2 people next to me who would have started yelling at theirs, and the whole line would have then followed suit.
Right.
And it snowballed. So, but yeah, so that's Travels. Yeah, it was fun, guys. But I don't have 3 shitty shots today. So
how about that golf tournament, though?
how about that? That was a good one.
It was.
That was a good one.
2 in a row?
I got to watch it because I was sitting there.
2 in a row, really good ones. I think in talking about it, like I think my favorite part about this is, one, it was a major, the U.S. Open. They kept going back. Like Zalatoris was wearing that Francis We Met shirt, and his caddy Eddie, which, what is it? The Greatest Game Ever Played? Is that that's the movie? Talking about, you know, the U.S. Open, the Brits versus the U.S. and everything like that, the juggernauts versus the rookie, you know, the amateur. And then it brought it down to 2 first-time winners that's what it was really, really coming down to, is 2 first-time tour winners between Zalatoris and Fitzpatrick. Now, Scheffler does what Scheffler does, and he's there. He made himself there. Mm-hmm. He just barely missed that putt on 18, and I mean, unfortunately,
Lame.
at the same time, I almost thought that there was going to be that 3-person playoff as soon as Fitzpatrick put it into the bunker. It's like he's going to bogey here, and then we're going to have
sweet.
He's going to bogey here, and we're going to have a 3-person playoff between these 3 guys who Zalatoris' ball striking was unbelievable, and he just puts better on harder greens, I think is what it boils down to. Fitzpatrick was just kind of money with his birdies, which is opposite of what we talked about.
Right.
And then Scotty Scheffler was doing what Scotty Scheffler does. And he was just
Absolutely
hanging in there, clawing. Some of his pars and stuff like that were more to saves. He was scrambling, I think, a little bit more than what he normally does.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to happen with like his less than robotic swing.
Yeah.
He's going to have a little bit more.
And I picked him as the one and done, not because I thought he was going to win. I thought he could win, but I was going for a top 5. Like I figured he would figure out there. That was just what was frustrating late. It was like you could win. Now you can win this, and now I have hope, and you're an asshole. But I'll take a T2.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was good. So to go, we'll start there. We'll start one and done. Stoy just mentioned he took Scheffler. Scheffler finished T2.
Hey, thanks, Chef, because our one and done, I am now 9th.
The top 10,
baby.
Top 10.
Where you got? We won't talk about it. You going for
Cole-
last?
Huh?
Playing for last?
Yeah. At this point.
I mean,
Cole took
Do I have to play for last?
no. Continue
Just
doing
keep
what you're doing.
Do what you
Stay the course.
Right.
Cole took Sam Burns, who had a little bit of.
And he was right there
He was
going into
there.
Sunday. 2 off the lead and a little caca down the leg there on Sunday because the course was definitely more gettable on Sunday than it was on Saturday.
I mean, he cawed a little bit more than John Rahm, who I took in the one and done. But again, another guy that was 2 or 3
Same
off
thing.
the lead and shot 4 over.
Yeah, but he
Needed to
lost
shoot-
that on hole 18 on Saturday.
Yeah, when he doubled.
Absolutely.
When he
went
doubled.
from the
knew it.
lead
And everyone
to
knew it.
1 down. I mean, he doubled 18 Saturday and just didn't ever seem to recover.
But he came out, I think he came out and he went par birdie right away on Sunday. And it's like, okay, maybe he turns it around a
Nah.
little bit.
Nah.
And then all of a
He's a
sudden
head
he
case
just
still.
started to go bogey. And then it got to it where he was still, I think he was even for a little while. And it's like, okay, he still has a chance to push himself there.
Yeah.
And then it just never clicked. And he bogeyed, I think, 2 or 3 more holes and ended up 4 over on the day and 1 over overall and a 12th finish. So Stoy won that one with his T2, Burns T27, and then Rahm T12. Outright winners. Both of you guys took JT, who
Did you know mine before you picked?
well, he did because you
But
said
I
it.
sent it. Yeah,
we
right.
both had it written down, though.
Yeah.
Like, I had mine written down, came in, and
It's legit.
was like,
I just want to make sure.
And then I think
Lowry.
we need to confirm this because I think this is a double shitty shot, actually.
Oh, it absolutely is because you get it.
Yeah.
You get it for being the worst outright, and then your guy missed a cut.
Yeah.
So you do. You guys
that's
do
true.
have the same amount
We
of
do have
shitty
the same
shots.
amount. So I'm gonna go take that.
What a
to
great
the
way to
overall
be
side.
back. I get to participate,
look at this guy just
and then watch.
You know what?
So
we
Lowry,
we wish that you missed another flight.
Lowry, I think he missed it by like 1 again, and that's been a common theme. We'll miss by 1, and some of those guys that make it by 1 shoot horrendous the next couple days, and some of those guys that make it by 1.
Oh, my player to fade had to go birdie to make the cut. Finish 7th.
This time,
Mm-hmm.
Who finished 7th?
what?
Or 14th, excuse me.
That's
7th. 14th.
Ryan's.
You
Oh.
faded Cam Smith.
Oh, I switched. We both had Cantlay, and
Yeah.
since not to match, I ended up being better.
Good switch. by the way.
I had them
Yes.
both written down.
Yeah.
Your player to fade.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
Which
But,
is
yeah, he had to go birdie to make the cut
And then goes T14.
in a tournament where, what was the winning score? 500?
6.
6.
Where -6
Won it.
won it. He had to make -2 in 2 holes, and that's what he did to make the cut.
That's legit. That's
This
Oh,
is-
man, I was thinking all week that I faded him, too. That's
way better now.
Way to
You're
go.
way better.
Well, that's why you write 2 people down, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So
Followed the wrong.
Wish I would have wrote my other outright winner in.
I wish I would have switched my outrights and my
was
Lowrys.
Actually, I think it was Rahm. That's
Oh,
why I didn't change because
that's
it
fair.
was matching something up
Got
top. So
Yeah. So I got 2 shitty shots for Lowry. Woof. Good thing Cole replenished our stock with a great deal. With a great deal. Couldn't turn it down.
I mean, I've never bought a whole basket of shots. So
they should have given you the basket too.
They should have just went and got the thing that
so
it comes
the ladies were kind of arguing over the basket behind. There was 2 of them back there, like if they were going to throw it away or keep it. Like between them personally, not between, like, the store.
So you were never getting that basket?
No, not a chance.
You were not in
like,
that. Okay.
I think I'll take that. The one lady goes, I think I'll take the basket home. It's like, I'd probably throw it away. It's kind of gross looking. And the lady's like, I think I can use it. She just stuck it under the counter. Like, oh, it's going home
wow.
for later.
Okay,
all right.
There we go.
Yeah, fun interactions at the Polk City Casey's.
Down to Black Stallion. Stoy took Connors. Ended up missing the cut by 1, I believe, or no. I think it was worse.
Yeah,
than that.
he
didn't play well.
No.
Cole took Patrick Reed, who he was kind of up and down, right? I think he was inside the top 20 for a while, and then just fell on the weekend. Ended up T49. Then I took Seamus Power. Ended up T12.
Solid weekend.
Yeah. So jumping down to top 40, Stoy hit his. Adam Scott, Cole's favorite golfer.
Let's believe it.
Finished T14. Cole took Webb Simpson. He missed the cut. I took Alex Noren. He missed the cut as well. So Stoy cashed in on that one. That was a good bet there.
Having a good week, boys.
And then down to player to fade. Jumping to Hovland with Stoy.
So easy.
Hovland, I think he shot 7 over.
Although
he got hot real quick and then went like
and
7 over in about 4 holes.
It was glorious.
I think he finished 7 over total.
When he fell off the
first 2
cliff,
days.
he fell real quick.
It was cliff.
So he had the 13th best odds. He ended up missing the cut. Cole changing his pick from Cantlay to Smith, ended up missing the cut. So 5th best odds, missed the cut. And then I took Cantlay, who, like Cole said and mentioned, had to go birdie to make the cut. Did that, then finished 14th.
Had a solid weekend.
And just had
Ended up with a good finish.
Top
So
15.
overall, Stoy comes back the champ.
Best believe it.
Came back the champ. Had it. I mean,
Just believe it. Solid. Just solid.
just a solid week overall.
Almost picked the winner. Get in the top 10 and one and done.
There we go. I was
Doing work.
I felt great about myself because I was jumped up in the top 20, and then Rom just.
By the way, he knew early. I don't know if you know this on the one and done that like during the tournament, the overall season standings you adjust.
It just
During.
moves
Yeah,
it,
it
moves
adjusts.
it up and
Live.
down. I gotcha.
I was like, oh, this is sweet. Look where I'm at.
Which I almost like looking at that better than the
If
weekly
you think I
standings, 'cause I'm
look
like, I
at
don't really
that
care.
daily, you're wrong. During the tournaments,
Oh, absolutely.
so I
I
get
know
more
you don't.
depressed.
Absolutely, I know it.
Oh, he's down to 40th. There's only 36 guys.
Yeah.
So
we know he's going to finish last next year
And
too.
next year he's doing well.
So jumping into our side bets here, our score was 8.5. So many guys teetered at 7, and they would go like 2 strokes up, and then all of a sudden they'd fall and they'd be 1 stroke down.
Boys, this is U.S. Open. Have faith.
But that's
Yeah, but when Scheffler got to 6 under
I was excited.
through like 9 on
I know.
Saturday,
Yeah.
I'm
And then
like,
went
okay.
double immediately
because
after
it's
that.
not like I thought that 10 dudes were going to shoot over
No.
7.5 or 8.5, whatever it was. Ryan and I went back and forth on that number, but I figured 2 or 3 dudes would.
Yeah.
And like there was potential for that, and then a different guy would shoot 65.
if
Or
we
a
would
different guy
have
shoot
gone
67.
7.5, I said I would take over because I said 8 was my number.
I didn't have a number. I just went with under.
That's what
But
you
It
do.
cost you
if-
last
if-
week. This week it didn't.
If Chef would have not had the double after birding and going to 6, I think not only him, but I think it pushes everyone up.
I don't disagree.
And but it didn't work out. But it worked out well.
But like I mean,
we
we've
go.
been doing a lot of shitty shot talk here. Stoy does have some makeups.
Do I?
Yeah.
I haven't seen. So I've assumed I have to at least one
I mean,
because of that under last week. I know
Right.
that. I don't know the other scoreboard.
I just don't know how we're gonna do the makeups.
we take all the shots.
Well,
I still probably won't have as many as you.
nah,
It's high.
I mean,
I mean,
I've been winning.
have you? I literally have not looked
No, I know.
at all.
I just wanted
Just top 10 in the one and done.
So
to knock you down
when we
a
went
level or
back
two
down
here.
to the when we
we're talking
went
about
all the
this
way
week.
back to the
Charles.
Charles Schwab,
Mm-hmm.
who that was
The first
you
week he was
haven't-
gone.
Yeah,
Yep.
Was it?
that
No,
was
no,
No, it was
RBC.
RBC. I only missed 2 tournaments.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have taken.
You wouldn't have taken the shots for
either of those 2 weeks
during
and this
that
would be
week.
the third one.
Oh, right, because I'm here for this one.
Yep.
Yep, that's right.
So that week,
That's right.
Stoy had 1, 2
RBC?
for the Charles Schwab.
Oh, I bet.
RBC, you had
Oh, God, that was
0.
bad, guys.
Yeah.
RBC, you had 0.
That's really bad.
That's why we're things we don't talk about.
RBC, you
No,
had
I was
0.
here for this one. I was here for the Schwab.
We don't like. Well, you were here for the picks. You weren't here for the shots.
No, I was here for the shots.
You couldn't have been here for the shots.
How could I have not been here for the shots?
You weren't here for the shots for this. You weren't here for the shots for RBC Canadian, and then now you're here for the U.S. Open shots.
Guys, so
Oh, you left. Yeah,
I left
that's because
on-
you didn't leave till Thursday.
I left till Thursday.
Okay,
so I'd have
so
missed the
yeah,
one.
just the one.
And missed the one pick, and now I'm taking the shots.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have none.
You're fine.
Yeah.
None from the RBC.
No.
That's what that says, right?
I mean,
Oh.
no.
Jeez, that's devastating.
So I have one.
One.
Thanks for trying
You're
to.
right, but you at least got one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from this week
Well,
that
that's
I'm
fine.
here.
That's fine.
So,
But you got one, damn it.
so our next,
No, you have to take the coffee ones
our next,
in order.
we don't, yeah, we don't know which one's
So
which.
so we don't do the
Time
one
out.
that's broken.
You find
We don't-
which ones that we need to take.
Yeah.
well, first of all,
Because
we have to
Ryan
go-
and I tried to
shouldn't we have to
discern
go
that.
in order? And that means we go here first. You have both of these.
I'm not taking
That's
the one
how it
that's
works.
been. I'm not taking the one that's been curdling over time.
Why not? It's only been curdling since we bought it.
I mean, I just know that I'm not putting my precious.
That one is easy.
Well, yeah.
What's this? Apple pie? Moonshine.
Yeah. If you think we didn't just sit there and look at those for a while and then decide that.
All right, coffee.
Only because I could see how much was in it.
In
the
it.
other one's it's lower.
It's in the seat.
Okay.
Literally.
Yeah.
So
it's in
just
the
to-
seat.
just to
probably
keep-
should clean that up at some point.
Just to
but-
keep going through these, live top 10. So it was any players who announced before that tournament that they were going to the live.
that was easy, boys.
Was it yes or
One
no?
guy. It was DJ. That was my only thing I worried about.
Patrick Reed
The
played.
U.S. Open is so known for, I mean, again, a non-major,
A first-time
winning,
tour
first-time
winner.
tour winner overall, which we got.
What you got?
We got a
But
first time tour
there
That's
were
winner,
why Liv
several
would
of
be there.
those with Liv as well.
but we didn't go.
Like
To be
a
fair, I
Taylor
didn't know
Gooch,
enough.
who
I
has
literally
course
knew like
race,
Reed and DJ.
like,
I
yeah,
asked you
right.
guys. Like I had no idea. I just knew those two.
Who has course history though? Like
Yeah,
Fitzpatrick won the U.S. Amateur here in 2013.
Oh, yeah.
stayed with the same host fame.
I know I looked at like who I thought would be in the top 10, and it was like DJ was my only one. I was like, crap.
Right.
And if I didn't think
Gooch
he
is-
was in it, we're
Gooch
good.
has been playing good enough to
Then
hit the top
Be
10.
one of those guys.
I didn't know who's in the live because
Yeah,
just there's so many moving
Hey, you
parts.
did it right.
But I won.
exactly.
The only one of us.
Because the Liv people were terrible. DJ finished the top at +4, 10 strokes back.
Oh, that was good
apparently-
enough for top 25 finish.
Apparently,
I don't
Phil didn't do well.
disagree.
Good enough for a top 25.
All Twitter was yelling about was Phil.
Wow, I'm just being terrible.
Missing the cut and just being bad.
Glorious.
Yeah. And then country winners. So if you guys remember, we said either it was a U.S. winner or non-U.S. winner, and we went with our one and done and outright winners. So for Stoy and Cole, they both took U.S. in both of their picks. I took non-U.S. in both of my picks. Neither one of those being Matthew Fitzpatrick, but Matthew Fitzpatrick pulled through for me.
So if you had 1-1, you got a choice.
Yeah,
That was the
We
only time you could
probably
choose.
would just not have.
We
I don't even know if
probably
we would
wouldn't
have
have
the
had
bet. Like literally,
right.
we're just
Because
looking for
that-
something,
yeah, I got you.
it's
Okay.
like literally.
what do we
elsewhere.
want to do? I think
How can we get Stoy a shot?
how can we get Stoy to come back with us? So I have 3 shots based off of Lowry missing the cut and
That's
live top 10. Cole has 3 because he missed on all side bets.
I've been there.
And
Okay.
Stoy
I've
missed
been
on one. The side bets is where you've caught up to us.
Which is funny because that's how I caught up.
But
with
I think
them.
you initiated the
last-
side bets.
I did. But the last 2 weeks, it's gone in reverse.
I need one more.
Mystery flavors, son of a shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was
I
mystery.
didn't either.
That's awesome.
Well, it's all the flavors.
That
looks like
root beer.
Root beer.
Look at you. I went apples, coconuts, watermelon.
Are you?
That's not bad.
Well,
It's not terrible.
red, white, green.
it.
Another
But you
guy
won't do it.
going to the live. Abe Answer, Mexican player. Red, white, green right there.
Could we?
Yeah.
Hey, let's not talk about news yet.
In
That was
I
a
know what you were.
preface.
I know what you were.
He's
Preface.
prefacing.
Ooh, look at him leading into it. Now, boys,
In the
Ooh, a
industry,
scratch and sniff?
Yes.
doesn't do shit. It smells like chocolate. I really hope it's because my hand was on the coffee stuff.
Oh, the apple one smells real good.
Oh,
Wait a second. Where are you guys' scratch and sniff? I'm pretty sure I just scratched
this
and
Red Bull?
sniffed a label.
Red Bull.
I did too.
Oh,
I just
No,
scratched and
it's only on
sniffed
this
a.
street.
I mean, seriously though,
Is that Red Bull?
it smells like Red Bull.
It does. You just got a vodka Rebel and a shot.
You guys,
believe
you
that.
guys have to be really excited.
Can I do this? Am I gonna spew this all over? Are we doing it anyway?
If you're going to spew in this.
Well,
Wayne's World.
It's gonna be all
Wayne's
over
World.
Stoy's
Send it.
left side.
I'm not going to tap you because.
I'm just going to.
All right. Huh?
There we go.
Here we go.
Coconut, apple, watermelon down the chute.
Guys, I don't know what that is.
I'm going to cleanse my palate before I take the coffee one.
I'm going to call it Red Bull, but it's mainly vodka.
I'm cleansing my palate before I take the Red Bull one. Or the coffee one.
Hey, we just had a guy on our VIP day for Black Mammoth. We just had Walter Juarez with Mountain High coffee or coffee for a cause. His coffee's delicious.
Super good. Straight from Guatemala.
Yep.
Farm to table. Farm.
Their own damn
It's
farm.
awesome.
Wish I had one. It's got to
Well,
be
boys.
delicious. It's coffee and cream. It's got to be delicious.
I don't know that I'll ever do that again, but it wasn't.
What'd the taste do? The volume would have been the off thing.
Well, yeah, I thought
'Cause, like-
actually like 2 out of 3 were almost gone. I just had one. I
Off.
wasn't tipping as much, so that was kind of weird. But
So the
Just a lot of
Starbucks
burn.
little Frappuccino things that you can buy at like Quick Start or whatever.
It had to have been that. Yeah.
That's what that is with a little bit of booze flavor.
Yeah. So pretty
so
good.
mystery
Pretty
flavor is not necessarily a flavor. That not a flavor we've had, at least for sure.
No.
Like closest to grape.
Yeah.
Have we had a grape?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe
actually.
it was.
Maybe it is grape. Yeah, it's more. It was more like a grape bomb,
Right.
but with higher on.
That's
the
what
al-
it's.
on the
Yeah,
alcohol.
that's what it smelled like.
That's what it tastes like.
Maybe that's what it was.
Hey,
Hey,
we used to call that back at the Dublin. We used to call that party in a cup. We would do grape Grey Goose, Red Bull, and grenadine. We call it party in a cup. We did it for a whole summer.
you would have to have grenadine.
Well, when you're in the summer working, then at that point when no one shows up but your teammates and actually just basically athletes, but there's only like 20 or 40 of us, and the bar tenders get bored because no one shows up. We open at 5. No one shows up till like 8, 9. You try stuff. You just try mixed stuff. You know,
That's where the experimenting happens.
it was awesome.
You're talking about alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
just
that too.
wanted to clarify.
Well,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
I mean, they weren't all dudes. So
yeah, that's fine.
that was pre-Creighton though. So because
Mhm.
we weren't allowed to work in the bars after.
Yep.
Which
I mean, it's probably not.
I
It's probably not wrong, but it's not fun.
so that
That was my only- it was my
working-
income. It was a
working
great
the bars
income.
though. That was super fun. So I DJ'd for the later half of college. Each bar that you go to, so I would get paid my money, and then they would give me a
cash.
tab
Oh yeah.
as well. So I would have both.
Yeah.
I'd have a tab and this. Like, okay, you guys are doing quarter drafts, 50-cent wells. I'm not going to go through a $50 tab. So I would go in early enough where I grab dinner,
Yeah.
have my tab, and I'm just
No, they
There's
did. They did it wrong at you and I didn't. I did not pay for drinks for a good 2 years.
oh no.
Not a dollar when we went to the bars. Of course, the bars that we worked at. Not a
There
dollar.
was not a lot. There was
I still don't know how they made money.
there's a specific
Actually, I do. I drink
there's a
'cause-
specific bar at UNI that like I knew the owner super well. So I would get to sit back into his like owner's booth. We would just watch on the security cameras and is bartenders would feed us drinks in there, and we would just sit back and watch people on the security cameras.
Good times.
It was great.
Good times, boys.
See, you were Dublin. I was.
Well, you're old school. And now there's no Dublin, so
everybody
it's all
that worked.
Is it the
there
same? Was it the same Dublin?
Player, and it was just.
It was.
I mean, Mug Night was.
I still have the mugs.
I did Long Island's Mug Night.
Yeah, and those there was not.
You want to play catch up?
There was not much. This was limited.
Try a double Long Island.
Best story about
mugs
game.
Two mugs caught up. I'm here, boys.
Real quick.
Funny story about Long Island's. Carly and I just went down to Carly and I just went down to Mad Meatball downtown Des Moines, and we were sitting there, and there was a gal next to us, and they were having drinks and appetizers, whatever. Older gal, she had never had a Long Island before, but she ordered one. She saw there was Coke on there, so she's like, okay, this is a mixed drink, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
She's like, she kept saying like 5-6 times, oh, this is strong. Oh, this is strong. You know, she didn't have any idea. And so the server comes out, and she asks her, she's like, you know, this drink is super good, but I thought there was Coke in there. She's like, do you know what a Long Island is? She's like, there's a splash of Coke in there. She's like, oh, it was good, but I can't even finish it. And she hands it to her son. I'm just laughing the whole time, knowing for this exact same reason, like if I wanted to play catch up, I'm drinking Long Island.
Absolutely.
AKA got kicked out of Applebee's in college for drinking like $2 Long Islands.
Did you ever get kicked out of the bars?
Have I ever been kicked out of a bar?
The Drake bars.
Have I ever been kicked out of a Drake bar? No. I personally have never. I've removed myself when other people's that I was with were getting
got kicked out. Yes. Okay.
No. That's a lie. That's a lie. Damn it.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
Sorry.
Face of defeat.
I've never. This goes back to like all of the bars, not college.
Yeah. So outside of college,
yes,
you got kicked out. When you're more of an adult, you got kicked out. Okay.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great.
My second bachelor party.
Oh.
You know, not everybody gets two. Don't be jealous.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
And actually, this is dumb. That's why when I made the
when
face,
you get kicked out of bars,
because no, I know because
you weren't dumb.
The concept of me, like I've done way dumber shit and not had any penalties, and then this, like I did this on purpose, made sure that I was making a respectful decision, albeit intoxicated, and got kicked out of the bar for it. I peed in the women's bathroom after there was like the main toilet was clogged, and then there was a line of like 6 dudes. So I literally just walked over. Now, the bachelor party itself was getting pretty rowdy, so the bouncer was just kind of on high alert, and I happened to walk in there basically at the wrong time, and he's like, you've got to leave. And so like 3 of us had to leave, which made everyone leave.
Because it's your bachelor party. Yeah.
So, but yes, so that's the only time I've actually technically been personally kicked out, like removed from the bar. And
no wonder
like that's why I made the like when I remember that I was like, damn it. Like,
can we go to the bars and have a better story to replace that?
But I was at the bar at Peggy's when Jimmy Adams and I should probably not say names.
Probably not.
He's not around here, but the other guys I was about to name are definitely around here. Fellow position mates.
No one Google right. No one Google. Please.
Might have accidentally got into it with more than a handful of guys, and there was some physical altercation and faces bouncing off bar stools and bar floors, and then everybody. I think Peggy's might have just closed after that altercation for a night or two.
My main one was. Almost said a name. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to say a number either.
Yeah.
But bigger guy.
Yep.
My class.
Okay.
You love the hell of him. He was on your line.
Yep.
Had very long hair.
Long hair. Yep.
Anyways, we went to Sodexo, which is you had Sodexo, didn't you? You and I. Okay. Well, anyway, that was what fed us, and by fed I mean the basic essentials of food into your body. We had a lot of pasta.
You went to where'd did you go pick up a sub, or you went to?
No, I think we went actually.
You went to the Hubble Bubble.
I'm pretty sure Hubble Bubble.
All right.
Wait,
they let you. What time was it that they were open?
It was normal dinner.
Oh,
it was normal dinner. We ended up going. That's the problem. Normal dinner. We show up at Dublin, and like, for everyone's reference, when we pregamed around 5 to 7. Then would go to the bars because a lot of us either work there. We would hang out. That was what our crew did.
Time out. Is Dublin the same Dublin that's like up in Ames, same franchise?
No, not even close. Okay. No, Dublin's not even around.
It was right across from the apartment that I used to live in.
The owners may or may not be the ones who own. I just blanked. West Glen.
Wellman's.
May or may not be the ones that own Wellman's. But it's gone, so it doesn't matter
it's not here
at this
anymore.
point.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure they got a divorce at this point. I don't know. It's a guitar place.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
It's right across the street from what used to be Mars Cafe. I don't know if Mars Cafe is there anymore either.
Right, and it was your class who was running the door, and I'm pretty sure it was, who the hell was it? I think it was Swope. I think it was Swope.
So you're above me even.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Almost 100. A little fuzzy.
I didn't remember him working there.
Little fuzzy. I can't remember exactly.
Whatever. So you're going into Dublin.
We're there. This was probably, we got there around 8 or 9, but I'm pretty sure this happened around like 10 or 11 when the normal group of people.
But you had already been at Hubble.
Yeah.
Okay.
For dinner, and then
and then you
our
went
place to pregame.
Okay.
And by place, I mean you know what year we were at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Freshman.
Yeah, your place.
Yes. And so we get there. We're fine. We went separate dorms. We went separate ways. We were not together. We're just roommates. So and still a good buddy of mine. And all of a sudden, I think it was Quinn actually. I don't remember. Doesn't matter who it was. Grabs me through the crowd and throws me into a booth.
Yep.
And said person
in the Dublin.
Said person is on the
with
table
SF.
In a booth, with seating, normal stuff, face down in a pile of spaghetti. This wasn't spaghetti he was eating because there's no food. Oh. This was a pile of spaghetti that had come from his insides. Mm-hmm. Right? And he goes, "You clean up and then get him out." That was my time of getting kicked out, which wasn't like me. Just my roommate, teammate, got to take care of him. Yeah. At this point, I think he weighed 340 probably.
Yeah, big boy.
Now I'm 235 at that point, so it's not that, but it's not easy when someone has passed out in their own spaghetti vomit.
Not to mention, do you want to be anywhere near said person?
After I have to clean up their own stuff.
Specifically, voluntarily.
Yes. Not to mention I have to go to the dorm.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Sleep in the same room.
That's worse than mine. Yeah. Just from a fact of
oh yeah, yours was
completely. You were just guilty by association.
Yes. For multiple reasons, teammates, roommates, and then I was
right. But if you weren't his roommate, I don't know that you would have been called in to get that.
I bet I was if I was a freshman and known.
Were you the only freshman in there?
It was hazy.
That's fair.
But we were both freshmen. He was playing up. I was doing right. There was reasons that the bouncer at that point knew who we were.
Correct. All right.
That was my time.
I have a very
and QM had to go against you every day.
I have a very
no, he didn't
situation.
No, not that point.
Because I was offense.
Because you were
But I did because at that who was our coach? Loney pulled me over to run pass rushing drills.
Okay.
And so I did have to go
a little bit. Yeah. Maybe see this a little.
Those guys. Oh God, those assholes slapped me in the face so many times, which illegal in every aspect.
You'll be all right.
But hey,
all right. So let's just keep circling around the table because I have a very.
So it was actually you.
What?
You've been kicked out of them.
Yeah.
Legit, you deserved it.
No.
Wow, man, we're all three no legit.
Okay. But there's been times
after college. Mine was not mine, and that was him.
There was one time. I mean, I've been into an altercation at a bar where other party got thrown out, but I didn't because.
Wait, let me preface this by saying that I might have. Would you remember if you got kicked out of a bar? Do you think the person that you carried out of the bar remembers that story?
Yeah, because I bring it up almost every time I see him from that date on.
So this was.
But outside of that, I mean, yeah, if you're blacked out, do you remember getting kicked out?
Unless it gets.
But to be
like,
fair,
that's what I'm trying to think. I'm like,
But I feel like
maybe
your
there
friends
is.
would tell you. Like,
Yeah, I know. And I'm
it would
just trying
come
to
up.
remember if there's.
But also in our situation, most of the bars are team. Like there was,
right.
you
I mean,
would either
there's
know
times that somebody
or-
took you from a bar because they needed to,
because it
So-
was
not because you got
go.
kicked
Right.
out
I
specifically.
think
So-
Robbie did it once when it was
The
my
old,
shoulder.
hey, you better get him out of here before I get him out of here.
Yeah.
Like,
I got it.
Yeah.
all right.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
So I was in college.
What year?
Cedar Falls.
Cedar Falls, University of Northern Iowa.
At the University of Northern Iowa. I was probably
Post wrestling career.
junior. It was post injury, so yes.
Okay.
Post competitive wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because did we ever tell that story on this podcast?
No.
Go check out No BS Wealth, and specifically, I think we talked about it in your intro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Just go back and watch all of them. It'll be
Yes.
Or just
So
his.
quick synopsis.
Or all of it.
it's fine.
Quick synopsis. Broke my neck wrestling and couldn't
That's it.
wrestle anymore.
Stop. Oh, you should stop there. It's a teaser. Tease them into going to see it.
But they don't know the story. They just know, okay. So
And he
neck,
may
so
or may not have wrestled again.
that is true. That is a maybe.
He also may
Dun,
or may
dun,
not be
dun.
on the 2024 Olympic team.
Huh? May or may not be.
Here we go.
Who knows? But sorry. But my gosh.
I
But
think
my-
they saw through
Back
that
to
one.
the bar story.
Maybe I'll go to like a Veteran Worlds someday
Yes, that's
after
fine.
the
That's
neck's
fine.
healed.
Is that a legit thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like there's a Veterans Worlds where
What?
yeah, like I could go wrestle. I don't know the
Let's
age.
not diverge on that, but
right.
that is cool as shit.
Yes. Let's go into
So
Ryan's bar story.
yes. So
What bar?
the Pump House.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds
It's a main.
gross.
It's a main street. No, it's actually a decent little bar. Main
sounds-
street bar. I have a certain
Debacle happens.
family member that I'm very very close to. Said brother, super good dude.
We're trying not to divulge names.
Said brother. Do not go to the No BS
Last name-
podcast about him.
Last name
you
is
will
not
not
Hall.
figure it out.
Last name is not Hall.
So it doesn't. So he actually got.
Shit.
He actually got a lifetime ban from this bar.
Oh,
That's impressive.
So him being just who he is and who we are, just messing around. I think I was fresh 21. Meaning to tell you, I was 17 going into college. So I was a junior, senior, right around that time. He had taken my ID to this bar. So he was permanently kicked out, but all of his buddies were going there. So he took my ID as a 21-year-old as his fake.
Your
When
real ID.
My real
As
ID
his
as
fake.
his fake when he is 2.5 years older than I am, so he could go into this bar with his friends. Eventually, they caught on. Hey, you got to get out of here. He would get intox, and he was aggressive. I've never seen somebody bite through a pool stick until I watched my brother bite through a pool stick.
Wait,
that's
like-
savage. That's
He would put it in
Beast.
his mouth and just.
no. What?
It was incredible.
I don't
That's scary.
Okay, yeah, but when
I would
you're-
also kick him out of the bar.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
so
for
he
that.
got.
Yeah, like
But he was.
you're
He's
a
also like the most. Like if somebody messes with his friends, you don't mess with his friends.
Can you give us a build of how, like, what is he, how tall, weight, like, so we can understand how someone bites through a
probably
pool stick?
5.
Oh, jeez. It starts with a 5.
That's already
5'9", 5'10". Like he's shorter than I
He's
am.
got short man syndrome.
But he was in the Marine Corps.
Also a wrestler,
He was in the
though.
Marine Corps. He did wrestle.
Oh, he had a lot of cramps.
He was
got it.
built like a brick shit house at this time. Like he was.
Was he
fresh
in
out
the
of
Marines?
He
Oh,
was
fresh out. Okay.
Yeah.
He's like
so-
a young Roger.
Yeah.
Kind of. Actually, probably pretty
You know
close to
Roger?
the same. Oh, I know
Yeah.
Roger.
Oh, he
Probably
knows
pretty
Roger.
close to the same height. But when my brother came out of the Marine Corps, the
Just
dude was
stacked.
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
big dude. So
Did he get deployed anywhere? Like,
so he keeps it hush hush. He
absolutely.
doesn't share a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff with me.
Alright.
So
he will eventually.
when he was in the Marine Corps is when I got hurt.
Right.
So he was
So
an active
just
reservist.
say the year, because everyone should know.
2013, 2014.
So clearly still at war.
Yes.
Yes. So
and the running joke of Marines in the military and everything is they like to eat crayons because they're not smart.
yeah, so,
So
my
it tracks.
my stepfather, who
Cool
was
stick.
in a war room, very, very high up in the military. What is he? Oh my gosh. He says they're always the first ones to go in because they're the dumbest ones. So then they'll like wean out Charles Darwin. They'll wean out the cream of the crop. Yeah. But to keep going with
Back
this
to the story of the
yes,
He bit a pool
said
stick.
brother.
bit a pool stick. Gets
said
kicked
brother
out,
bit a pool
fights,
stick
fights,
through it. Okay.
everything gets
All right.
kicked out of this bar for life. Right? Uses my ID, goes in, then gets thrown out because they understand who he is. So I go in. I don't even make it in the door.
Wait, same night?
No,
Just
different
at
times.
Some
like
point.
at different times. I don't even make it in the door.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I give him my ID, and the guy goes, and I'm like, I don't know what you're laughing at. Like, I just want to go in and have a couple drinks. He's like, you tried this a couple weeks ago. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, Brad, get out of here. I'm like, you're an idiot. My name is Ryan.
He just dropped the name.
I don't care. He laughs at this.
We
He
weren't
laughs
even
at
a
this.
Google search away from that. So
He
let's be
laughs-
honest. We
he
were
laughs at
Facebook.
this.
We were Facebook stock away from that.
He laughs at this because
There was two choices.
this is like one of his favorite stories to tell because he
Absolutely,
knows that it
'cause it
screws
screwed
me
you
over. And he goes, Brad, get out of here. I'm like, no, hey, you don't understand. I'm Ryan. That's my older brother. He's like, you tried to say that same thing to me like 2 weeks ago.
Did you pull out like credit card and other
I'm like,
ID?
yes, I pulled out stuff. I'm like, no, like I am. He's like, no, like you're not like you're Brad. I'm like, we don't even look that much alike. I'm like 3 inches taller than him. Like this, he's way
like, sorry,
he's way
he
bigger than
ruined it
me.
for
I
you.
was at that time fresh. I was probably maybe a $170, $175,
and he
where
was.
he's a little bit bigger because he's just built he's built up at that point. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
That's
He's like, nah, you got to go. Like, no, I don't. He's like, Brad, you absolutely have to go. No, I don't. I am Ryan. And it just kept getting, everybody around me is like bawling, laughing because they understand
Absolutely.
this whole situation. Fast forward to like a week later, go back to the same bar. I get in. One of the managers comes up to me and kicks me out because they said it
the
was
same
Brad.
thing.
The exact same situation.
Wow.
I'm like, you can't make this up.
Wow.
Like, and my brother's just laughing. He's like, yeah. And he did it. I understood why he was doing it. Like, he used this ID, my ID. It was just a funny situation. He's like, no, that's my older brother. I'm Ryan. And then they caught on, and it was
And knowing the stories, the other stories you said about Brad, tracks.
100%.
Tracks everything.
100%.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
Lord. Well, now that story time's over,
Yes.
should we get refill on drinks? Because his, what is this?
Porch Rocker?
What was that?
No, I do not need any more drink.
By Sam Adams?
I'm going to start getting belligerent.
It's only
No,
4.5.
you're not.
It's only 8 IBUs.
After these?
Okay.
This was like a
did have 3.
triple vodka, and I had one.
Yeah, but that was 3 at one time.
Well, whose choice was
They
that?
go faster that way.
Whose choice was that?
I don't understand.
Do you have kids to watch tonight?
No, I don't.
So we're off to a better start
No, it's perfectly fine.
a few weeks ago. Good, because your ice cube's probably out there.
Yes. No.
Do you have a water?
Okay. Yeah, it's watered down.
You have vodka and
Do we-
water.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Do we break news?
Break
Yes.
news.
Yeah.
Place. Yeah.
And,
Yep.
and by break, I mean play the commercial marketing team.
Yes.
We don't have one. We need
We
one.
will
We will.
play our swings.
Boom, 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 boom.
It's time.